All right. Welcome to another episode. My name is Zed. This is my channel, and we are locked in for tonight. And what a night, right? We got through another episode. A lot of things have happened. We need to catch up on a lot of what's going on, what we think is going to happen going forward, and also to let everyone know that we have to tip our hats not only to Survivor that premiered last night, but the Amazing Race, which is going on currently. And after our Big Brother season, I may dive into a couple of those episodes. But before we get too far into things, let's bring in the panel. And without further ado, let's get on with it. Again, for another night, I'm afraid that my co-host Lisa is unable to join us. We wish her and her family a very speedy recovery from the illness that they're going through. And in the meantime, let's bring in my longtime collaborator and good friend, Dee.
Hi, everyone. Let's talk because we have a lot to talk about. Not the biggest thing in the world, but there's enough to talk about. So we'll make it a good day for us to speak about maybe the future as well, please, because we want to make some last minute bet if you guys don't mind.
What about Colleen?
With you. All I have to say, you guys, is it's almost over. It has not been one of my favorites. Let's just say that.
Meow. Meow. Ready for this last week of Big Brother. I can't believe we're finally near the end. It's been a wild ride, as it usually is, and I'm kind of hopeful for this season. So, well, the end at least. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Well, we are there. We are at the end. And, I'll be honest with you. In some places, it seemed like it was kind of dragging. But in other parts, it seemed like it was just really fast forward. Especially these last couple weeks for me, it seemed like it was really going double speed.
Yep.
So, and a lot of things happening behind the scenes. So I think it's up to us to try to catch everyone up on what's been happening off camera so that we can get everyone up to speed and find out with what we know then where our predictions may lie. So I guess we can start with where we left off last time, which was Saturday's episode where we were crowning a HOH, a veto holder, and some renoms and things like this. And I remember that we lost Keanu, poor deluded Keanu. He, I'll be honest with you, he was a competition guy. He seemed to play it pretty forthright for the most part. He was trying to keep it cool. He was trying to work with anybody that would work with him. But alas, everybody just saw him as a target. And it doesn't help either on day 2 when you're telling every person in the room that they're next. and he's gonna pick them all off one by one. That really doesn't help your cause.
Yeah. I remember that. Poor kid.
But he never bounced back from that, obviously, and was a target for the whole season.
I like to say Rachel helped him to get out of his stupidity at one point. And it took him the entire game to realize Rachel was the only person that cared about him.
Yes, and to that I want to add that he wasn't the best ally to Rachel or to others, because one of the reasons that people didn't want to really work with him was because he was leaking information left and right.
Yeah.
Probably accidentally. Yeah. He probably didn't mean it sometimes or didn't realize, but Keanu.
It's like little school tattletale. It was not like the adults one. It was like little school. Because Kelly did it on purpose. Kelly did it for the drama. I'm gonna do this so they all get mad. But him, it was like, I'm gonna say it, but I'm not thinking I'm saying it, and I shouldn't be saying this. That would be Keanu. I still adore him. I miss him.
Yeah, yeah. He'll be missed.
know.
He was a character.
If anything, though, he came across as good natured and
Yeah,
absolutely
Absolutely.
like a I don't want to say a pure soul or anything like this, but he amongst the other people in the house, he was probably a little more on the righteous side of at least, well, Ashley too, and maybe Ava to another degree, of just saying what you believe to be true and standing by your convictions on it. So I give him credit as far as that goes.
That's true.
But did he open his mouth too much? Did he? Did he kind of isolate himself, despite what his words would say about as far as wanting to work with people? Yeah, because even Vinny, somebody he really wanted to work with and gave a lot of time and attention to, he did some things to Vinny too. So it wasn't all like, didn't he make fun of his cheatmance, showmance, romance with Morgan? So yeah, so he wasn't always the best either, but he was good at comps, and he did have a good attitude, and he wanted to be in the game, and he wanted to stay, and he wanted to win. So that's a good winning combination for me.
yeah.
So we had to say goodbye to Keanu, though. So bye, Keanu. See you later.
Bye.
And
Bye, Keanu.
and with that, we had to go for another. With that, we had another.
Goodbye to Keanu.
That's right. And with that, we had another. We're going to say hello again in the jury house. So we with the end of Keanu, we get a new competition, an HOH competition.
Yeah.
And Colleen, did you want to tell us about the HOH competition and who won it?
No, I'll pass it to G.
Okay. Thank you.
She's very good at the recaps.
Dee, did you want to, after Keanu's exit, we had an HOH competition.
If I'm not mistaken, we watched that one before. I seen this competition before. I watch a lot of Big Brother, and I know we've seen this one before. They put you in like a kind of a cube. You walk into the cube. You close the door, and then you have to be inside that cube and move it with all your body weights to make it turn. And then you have to follow this image to put it in the right part, so you could come back. It tells you exactly how to turn the cube back into the inside where you come from. So basically, if you don't read this, or if you don't have the body part to move it, you're not going anywhere. So therefore, could you visualize Morgan versus Ashley, skinny broad, and Ava trying to push this cube with all her might, but she couldn't move it. And Ashley was like, it was like watching spaghetti bounce it back in the window. And but Morgan was like, bang.
Oh, she was on a roll. I do have a question about the competition, actually. Like, as the audience, we were able to see, like, oh, like the best way to move the cube is like, and they put the arrows and like how to do it. But did the participants also have the instructions on how to turn their cube?
Oh, yes.
I don't think so. Did they?
Off screen, yeah, off screen. They before you start the competition. I know that because a lot of people that participate in Big Brothers told in their interview that they have someone that actually explained to them exactly what you're supposed to do.
I mean, explaining the rules is one thing, but giving them the solution is another. I really wonder, because that part wasn't clear.
Well,
I wondered
Which is evident by their performance, I take it.
Evidently,
I wondered that
Ava was having a hard time pushing it, and like I said, Ashley looked like a spaghetti thing. I mean, it looks like
that's
every
half
time
the
she hit
competitors
window-
right there. Half the people weren't even competing in this thing then.
Exactly. Morgan
Well,
was
I
going
think
by
it's
herself, like no one existed.
Well, I think
And
it's
when-
because it took the other two. I think it's because it took the other two a minute to sort of like figure out, how it would work,
How to
or
turn
like,
it.
how they
How
were
to
supposed
turn
to.
the cue.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And obviously Morgan's going to have a heads up because as an athlete, she's probably has done probably similar kind of oh, I don't know how you call it, where it's like you do a whole bunch of sports in the thing. Well,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm pretty sure she's had something similar like that in her life. So in all fairness, these are two people who are not athletes, right? And so
But
they aren't going to adapt
Ava would have
in the
to
Yeah.
same way.
Ava
In
would
that
have
sense-
front
know.
flip. Front flip. If Ava would have front flip on the window, she would have turned the window.
Yeah, I did notice two things that were going for Morgan. Like you said, Colleen, one is that she's an athlete. Like she has the build, she has the strength to like push the wall and make it a flip. And also she was taller. Like, I mean, she's a little taller than Ashley, I think. And that
Yeah.
also helped in like she had more height to just press against the wall. Whereas Ava, she had to like nearly like jump or like climb on the wall and then hope that it moves. So
I think she's taller than
Yeah.
Vince.
yeah, she is. She is, I
Yeah.
think.
So yeah, she's the tallest person left in the house, and I'm
Mm.
also guessing she's probably the most athletic and the most everything else in the house too. Because,
Yeah.
as you mentioned, she was
Sure.
she's a
Yeah.
Division I college athlete, so not everyone is
Yeah,
able
so she
to
probably has come up with that kind of
do
thing.
that.
I
Yeah, well,
think
not
the word
everyone
I was
can do that.
looking for was
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay, so
Well, it's
Morgan,
kind of
I
like
take it.
these Iron Man athletes where you're good at a
Okay.
lot of stuff.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know,
Yeah.
or like
Yep.
like at the Olympics. At the
Like the
Olympics, where it's like
decathlon
it's
or
part
something.
running, part doing part. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the decathlon, part doing archery, part doing this, that. I have a feeling Morgan's had that kind of experience. I just have a feeling. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know
But
exactly
she won it.
what
She
her
killed it. So that was good.
What
She
her-
did.
athletic prowess
She killed it.
it is or what it involves, but I think it could be track. I mean, she looks like she's built like a track person.
Oh, for sure.
Or,
Yeah.
or the field, track or the field.
Well, she
whichever.
plays game online.
I guess what I
She's a
Well,
gamer.
she is a gamer. Yeah.
Yes.
mean is exposure. I guess what I was meaning was exposure. So she would have been exposed to various types of things versus,
Sure.
somebody who's, not into sports or anything at all.
Someone like
you know what
Ashley,
I
who's
mean?
been in a classroom
Anyway.
her whole life. Yeah, she probably
Mhm.
doesn't.
Well, yeah,
realize,
pretty much. And probably she didn't have a lot of, those kind of hobbies on the outside. Like her hobbies might have been something else, indoor, stuff or cooking or something. I don't know. But I'm just saying some people, anyway.
Singing. I heard
Move
it was
on.
singing when Morgan had her birthday. I heard that Ashley belted out a beautiful rendition of "Happy Birthday." So,
Oh wow!
yeah, so she may-
yeah, but she
so-
did. Yeah, she
so she may have another.
She might have choir in her background. Yep, choir in her
Oh,
background.
for sure,
That's
for sure,
great.
for
Yeah,
sure.
music.
Yeah, because she was singing a little thing, but they told her to stop singing.
There was
They always tell you
there
that.
was no music options in DB.
That's
Every time you
cool.
sing something, they stop singing.
Pretty
Stop
cool for
singing.
Ashley.
They should let him fucking
Yeah.
sing.
So Ashley, yeah. So she's so her and Ava are pretty much non-factors in this HOH company. And this is the final four HOH we're talking about now. Keanu's gone, so we've only got Vince, Morgan, Ava, and our woman Ashley here. And
Well,
that's
Vince
all
didn't
that's
play.
left.
Vince didn't play.
Oh, Vince couldn't play, right?
He was
Yeah,
HOH.
he was exiting HOH.
Yeah. Oh, so who was it only just the three of them in this?
Yeah,
Yes.
only the girls.
Oh
That's it.
my! Well, if the two of them aren't even competing, then of course Morgan's going to win this thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said that holy moly, that's what he picked for those three girls to participate in.
Yeah,
They
I was
should've-
thinking about that too. It was a little too very, very rigged for an athletic
Well, the other
person.
HOH was the same thing because it was something that you have to hold on
I
to.
agree with you.
And you notice how the ladies drop
agree.
it so fast? It was terrible watching Ashley try to hang on to this, and then Ava can even bring it up for so long. So I don't understand why they picked that specific to have people to go forward in the game. But eventually they'll come up with something that is fair to people, like put it together properly. And then if I know you want someone specifically to win or something like that, come on, at least give us a good show that everybody in there could win something.
But I have heard from several others though that these comps are set up ahead of time, right? So they really don't have any idea that like these are going to be the three, the two at the end, right? Like imagine how different it would have been if Keanu had been in it.
No.
Catherine,
I'm going to interrupt this.
Do you know what I mean?
No. I'm going to interrupt. They could change those games. They said it before, and the production said they could change those games last minute. They have a chance to change those games. They decide to give two skinny girls like that into that box against Morgan. There's no show, right? And then Keanu, big arms, and then Vince is a man holding that thing. I watched Ava try to lift it. And then she was like, how the fuck am I going to get this up there? Sorry if I swear, but that's how I felt for the poor girl. I mean, even Ashley had a hard time lift it up. You need to make it fair. You know who's left in the game. You need to make it fair to everybody. If I was a producer, I would be fair. Like do something that you could all participate in.
I think I might push back on that. I don't think it has to be fair to everybody. I think that, people bring certain things to the table, and some things are going to favor some people, and some things are going to favor others.
Final five?
Whenever.
That's really close to the end, Eddie, and you need to be fair to all the participants that's left. You can't you do that at the beginning of the game. You don't do that at the end of the game. When everything is on the line, and then you have a big guy, you have a smaller guy, you have a very small girl and a skinny girl participate in something that have to do with weights. It's not fair to the ladies whatsoever.
But short of
whatever you want.
But short of grabbing like a rock out of a bag and then seeing who's got the discolored rock, anything short of that, it's going to be not fair to somebody. It's going to be smart competitions are going to be unfair to dumb people. Physical competitions are going to be unfair to non-physical people.
It was not a smart thing. It was a physical thing.
Sure. So that'll be unfair to non-physical people.
Exactly.
Right.
So if they really want to be fair to those people, grant something that's easier for all four of them.
Well, let's hear it. What do you think? What would be something that you would think would be better for everyone? Because if it's a smart thing, then the dumb people are going to be the ones that suffer.
What does it have to be a puzzle or anything? It could be anything.
That's right.
It would have been fun to see the egg.
Oh, but don't you have to have fingers?
People with dexterity.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, but Ava's small finger would have been perfect for that.
That's right.
So as Ashley. So as Ashley. So as Ashley. So as Vince.
You're making my point.
As who else? All four people would have been perfect at that.
Yeah.
Everything would have been perfect for all four of them.
That's
it
right.
Would have been fair.
But there are some people that would not have done well with that, right?
The egg's been played before many times in the past, and it took a long time before you finish. A lot of times they drop the eggs, and that's a fair to everyone because they readjust their finger. They go.
To be fair, the egg competition isn't fair to people with like big hands or like big fingers.
That's right.
But if we're talking about fairness in competition. But if we're talking about fairness in competitions, having the three women left competing, that would have been fair to all three of them. That I understand Dee's point that would have been like a even ground for all three of them to potentially take the win.
Yeah, because you can see it's
because also even in terms of TV, Ed, like when you watch a competition, the point of like is of not knowing what's like who's gonna win. But when we see the cubes, it's like, oh, Morgan has this in the bag, so there's no tension. There's no
I mean, but to be
intensity,
fair,
I guess. It's more about like, oh,
But,
girl, you got this.
but if I saw Morgan against those two in any type of competition you lined up, I would have thought the same thing.
But if it would have been the eggs, then you'll be
It would have
perfect.
been
Okay,
anything.
fair. I mean,
draw.
fair.
Let's
fair.
draw on a canvas. I mean, anything. Pick something. I think she would have beat them all in all of it. So. Even if
I
she
mean,
won,
I guess
would
she's
have still
just
thought
that
way.
multi-talented. She's pretty cool.
I just would have given her the benefit of the doubt, I guess. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm right. It just means that I would have still just thought that she was going to win. Anyway, so Morgan wins the HOH, and that's fantastic. She pulls it out, and so of all the people that have got to be excited about this, right? About Morgan's victory, it's got to be Morgan herself, but it's also got to be Vinny, don't you think? He's got to be pretty happy about a Morgan win in the HOH.
He was playing with his nasty mustache for 15 minutes.
I believe it.
and thinking of one thing only. She just won another one, and then I cannot win against her.
So
he's already thinking about that.
So I suppose Morgan could shake things up and put Vince on. I mean, it doesn't really matter who's on the block and who isn't at this point, right? It's
all that
Final Four. So she could have really, messed around a little bit and put Vince up, but she doesn't. She decides to put the two ladies up on the block and keep Vince safe.
Yeah. And
this allows all four of them then to compete in the most important competition of the season to this point.
The veto.
The veto that not only keeps you safe and guarantees your spot into Final Three, but it also gives you the ability to pick who's in the Final Three. So very important. It's now we've got all the competition. The competitors are all back in this. So surely it's not going to be Morgan again, is it? Who ends up winning this veto competition? Meow, help me out with this.
I don't know.
Oh, geez, I wonder who it was. Morgan.
Ava.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's the
Ashley,
ladies. It doesn't matter if it's Vince. It doesn't matter if it's whoever.
I gotta give a better score for the choice of the competition because that was
okay. Fair. Go ahead.
That was actually fair because I watched. Actually, Ashley was gone. She was gone. She was doing her stuff.
Okay.
And so was Vince, and so was Morgan. Maybe Ava was a bit slow, but she was still participating in.
All right.
So after a while, I was just watching Morgan. So I knew she was going to finish because I think Ashley in the middle, she got lost a little bit. And I think it happened the same thing to Vince. I noticed in the middle, he got lost. And then Morgan kept going. And
no,
going,
like Vince knew his days. Like he clearly knew his days from the DRs and whatnot and what we saw in the episode. He was just struggling with the puzzle part, I think. And Morgan, she clearly also knew her days, and she was killing that puzzle. And Ashley, while she didn't seem to have all that much trouble with the puzzle, I feel like she was struggling with like the order of things, and then Ava was just lost.
Well, she was sleeping most of the season, right, Ava?
Ava.
Yeah.
So yeah, not only is Morgan athletic, she also is good at puzzles, and she has a good memory to remember the order of everything that went on the season. So honestly,
she is a gamer.
Different comps, and yet she brought it home. Credit where credit is due. Morgan, you are amazing.
I have to agree with everything you just said there. It doesn't. That's what I was getting at earlier. It wouldn't have mattered what the competition was. Seeing who her competitors are, her fellow competitors, I'm going to still give her the edge and the nod and the everything else over whatever it may be, because she just seems to be accomplished at whatever it is that is put in front of her. So she wins the veto too. Oh my! So now
she's
Morgan
got all the power.
Yes, 5 vetoes and 2 HOH now.
Did you just say 5 vetoes?
Yeah,
we're talking about. We are getting into Casey Clark territory up in here.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and then all of this is done jury time, right? This is done at jury.
Late in the game, she just
She didn't do
came
anything.
out of nowhere.
She didn't do anything in the beginning, right? Except establish her
Mid-season and just pressed on the
relationship.
gas, never lay off the gas.
That's
And
fantastic.
I told you, when she gives rid of Mickey, she's gonna win the game. She cannot win the game if Mickey's in the game, because Mickey was influencing her the wrong way. And then when Mickey left, you saw the difference in Morgan.
I definitely saw Morgan emerge when Mickey left. Mickey was a big personality. We can't ever think otherwise.
Oh yeah, and she could have won the game too.
Well, she definitely was. You know, she had a bigger personality.
Well established at the beginning.
Yes, and she had a presence about her. I think you mentioned. I was watching our intro before the season started video, and now I know that you mentioned that Mickey just came off with a presence and just a pose and everything that she had. Let me see if I can't bring up. Just take a look at this power stance that she's standing in here.
Yes, Mickey. She certainly left quite the impression in the season. It was just sad to see her game go because she went into Delululand, but and actually, I want to theorize a little on like Morgan's game as a whole too. When she was playing with Mickey, because Mickey has this very strong presence. Okay, first of all, I think that Morgan plays best when in a duo, in the sense that she has someone to pass ideas with, like, just like brainstorm and like, concoct plans and whatever. So at first she was very, very close and tight and with Mickey. And so they were a power duo because they were planning a lot of things. They were they had a lot of influence over the house and whatnot. But then Mickey went a little astray, a little lost. And I think it was in part that Mickey left and that Morgan was able to pivot to the judges and then later to like Vince to an extent, because Vince, we know that he's like, he doesn't have a strong presence. On the opposite, he's like, you can push him to do kind of whatever you want. In a sense. And that's where like as opposed to when she was working with Mickey, she was now on the driver's seat. I mean Morgan. Right. So then she was able to kind of pull Vince into playing her game a little to an extent. And that's, I think, what helped her get this far. And now she's winning comps and everything. So, yeah.
Well, she's definitely, when Mickey left, which was, again, right around jury time, that's when we definitely saw the emergence of Morgan. And not just in her competition prowess, but just like in taking control of the entirety of the game and the flow and everything else. Or at least that's the way I saw it.
Yeah.
And it only got stronger as more people got evicted. So, now we see where we're at this point now. So, Mickey, I think, and then, of course, her downfall came when she used her power to steal the HOH that removed my guy Jimmy. Oh, man, I still shed a tear for Jimmy every so often because of what we just missed out on the house. He's been so entertaining even after the house online or whatever.
I know. I love all the different TikToks and all the shorts.
So to imagine what we missed out on with him outside of the house.
Yeah.
Or not being in the house, I should say. So anyway, we got Morgan that wins the veto and now has complete control of the final 4 week. She is safe, always has been. She gets to decide who it is that makes the vote to evict, make it the final 3. This is a similar situation to what Xavier found himself in when he put up Kylan and Azza and left Big D, Heavy D off the block. He had won that HOH and then he had won that veto and kept the nominations the same. allowing Big D to take out Kylan at 3. And this is kind of what happened here too. Except that this is what I didn't see though. I didn't see coming Vince keeping his place off the block and thus being the vote to evict. But then between the two people, Ashley and Ava, on who to evict, he evicts Ava Pearl. And for me, I don't understand why he would want to evict Ava over Ashley. Does anybody have any ideas of why? Because Vince already promise loyalty to Ava if it came down to a vote between the two of them?
So I have a bit of a theory, and for that we need to rewind a little.
Yeah,
to what the clip that they showed on the show about the comment, the quote unquote joke that he made to Morgan. And let me pull it out just so that I can quote it exactly, because when I heard it, I was like, the audacity of this guy. I can't. Okay, so the quote was, "I would be dominating the second half of the season if you weren't here."
Yes. Yep. He knew it as soon as he said it. He knew he stuck his foot.
He knew, and he was like, "Oh, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke."
Oh, yeah.
Like, Vince, you know very well that is exactly how you feel.
Of course it is.
He wished Morgan was taking out sometime earlier so that he could be with
and
Morgan,
also,
which is gonna be very quiet, and so he can sort of like.
Yes, I was just gonna say. This was also right on the heels. No, I was just going to say, this was also right on the heels of before this. I don't remember if it was the day before or recently before. He had said something like, if Lauren was here instead of Morgan, he said something like, if Lauren was here, she would do just as good. Do you remember that? Or something like that? Where he goes,
was like right after that or something.
If it was her, she was just as good or something. So it was so that had even preceded him saying the other. So both of those things together, Morgan's just like,
what the heck, dude?
Yeah, I thought we were number one. we were number ones.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was super awkward. Super awkward. Yeah.
Look at this guy. Look at the presence he puts off. Look at his aura.
And that comment came from a place of insecurity, of like, holy crap, she just wants something else. I don't know that I can actually beat her in the end. So he's, I guess, kind of regretting it and feeling like insecure that he cannot win, and being like, oh, if only Lauren was here, she wasn't winning as much, and I don't know. But the audacity of saying, oh, it's a joke, and Morgan, deep down, I'm sure she knows that it's not a joke. And I wonder, because I didn't watch the feeds, I'm a little out of the loop of like what happened outside of shows, but I would hope that she was like very close to actually using the veto and like pulling Ashley out and hopefully sending Vince packing. That's my hope. I don't know if that was going to happen, but
that would have been some TV, wouldn't it? That would have really made
I would have loved to see that. But you know what? This might be better in the sense that I would love for Ashley to take Morgan, or Morgan to take Ashley, and then Vince is like so close to the final two, and then he doesn't get it. Like, I don't know. That would be best. That would be the best.
Well, his parents need him to win at least the $75K so we can get out of the house. They at least need him to do that.
Yeah. So. HOH. I want her to get HOH. Do her thing. I'm rooting for Ashley. Get these HOH.
I mean, clearly Morgan's the favorite to win the final HOH too. She could compete in that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, she has the highest chances, but just like Colleen, I still am hoping for an Ashley HOH, and this one, the final 3 one, would be the one to win for her.
I'm hoping.
Yes, but I mean, but hasn't Ashley, at least to us, made it clear that she would cut Morgan she has to figure she has a better chance of beating Vince than she does of Morgan.
Yeah, that is true. Like at this point, I mean, Vince loses against whoever. That I feel like we can pretty much say that, especially with Ava being the most recent
I think
juror
if
that is
Ashley
going
gets
out.
it,
She's gonna
I
just
think
And
No.
Keanu, if he's going to
she's
keep his,
I think she would.
he's not voting for
Morgan.
Vince.
no. So
Yeah, I
Vince
think
doesn't win.
Ashley's best bet would be to go against Vince. Yeah,
Yeah.
her best bet would be against Vince.
Reward him with $75K, right? But then worse
Yeah,
yet,
with second.
from my perspective, you're giving Ashley, and I love Ashley, don't get me wrong, but from the edited TV standpoint, she didn't do anything the whole season, really. I mean, she had her moment here and there and everything else, but she didn't really, move the chains in any direction. She kept herself safe. But,
I blame that on the show because she has been working on her relationships.
I do too.
And
exactly.
I think she won like one veto and that's it in the whole season, if I'm not remembering wrong.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning when she was threatened, she won her freedom and safety.
Exactly. She won her safety, and since then, she literally didn't need to.
I know. Yeah, and not only that, but she didn't have to compromise herself either in order to do that, right? She still got to be herself.
Exactly. Like she has been on the background, and honestly, like this, I feel like this eviction, this Final Four eviction, shows to me like just how strong her social game is. Because with Vince out of the block, the most logical decision for him was to vote Ava out because he had slightly higher chances against Ava than he does against Ashley, I think. I don't know.
Sure.
I think.
I agree with you.
And
I agree with you.
The fact that Ashley was working so hard on Morgan, pushing like the judges,
yeah,
and at the same time pushing to her like, oh, like I lose either way. Like she knows like what to say, that the opinion of others like gets like manipulated in a way that in the end probably, like I'm speculating right now because I am not aware of what happened outside of the show, but the reason that Morgan kept Vince safe was he made him promise or something along the lines of, you keep Ashley safe. Like I'm keeping you safe, so you keep Ashley safe and we go with the judges.
Right.
And it worked out, and Ashley didn't leave when she should have, with Vince being the person voting the last
I would think.
Exactly. And that to me is a testament of just how good Ashley's social game is. It's not like up in front like a lot of other big personalities. She's a big personality, but like she's not up in front in the episodes. But all of the things she does behind the scenes, I think, deserve a lot of recognition.
Well, how much of it is her social game, and how much of it is I just think I can beat her, so it doesn't really matter how awful I think she is. I'm just going to take her anyway.
But that is kind of what she wants to, like, to be kept for Final 3. You want people to think, I can beat her. Wasn't that what Kevin in season 10 did?
Oh yeah,
he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose," and then that's why he Joshua picked Kevin over Betty. I think it was.
Yeah, it was
Betty. Yeah, and he won. Now she would have to pull the speech of the century.
She can though, but she's capable of that.
She's a lawyer.
And she is. Yeah, I think she is as a lawyer, and like she's clearly like smart in the sense like she can read a room. She knows her place within the structure of the house. Okay, she is very blunt and stuff. We have seen that over the season, but in the sense that she has the awareness of like where she stands in the hierarchy in the structure of the house.
That I give you.
And
yes,
she can navigate through that, even though she may or may not be a little blunt or sometimes put her foot in her mouth a little, but she realizes when she does too. So
yes, but I like that about her, and that's what I think is also keeping her safe. That the way the way that she's coming across like that, because I'm imagining that Vince has to be thinking that that people like Ava better than Ashley, and that they're going to vote for Ava over Ashley. Sitting against me, so You know, but there's, I mean, I sense that or see that or whatever, but the evidence does show that, you know, people, I mean, I'm looking at the jury. Everybody in the jury kind of really likes Ashley a lot. You know, Rachel's there.
Yeah.
They were a duo. They were a final two. Ava and her. They may have clashed a little, but they knew that they had to take each other to the end.
Mm-hmm.
Keanu got called out by her, and then the very next, it seemed like it was in the next scene on the edited version, but you know, just a day later, they're already, you know, now that we've done this, we can, you know, be a team and team up and you know, cause some chaos or whatever.
Yeah,
it was just amazing the way she was able to turn things, and everybody wanted to, you know, like you've already touched on this, everybody wanted to take her to the end. I think part of that was because she's playing such a low-key game that people can just, you know, you're no threat to win. You didn't do anything. What's your biggest move, Ashley? Aligning with Rachel.
If she makes it to final two, like, it's someone is bound to ask her that question. Like, what did you do? Like, what is your moves in the game? And I am very, very looking forward to hearing like what she will say. I'm hoping she's making it to final two.
She actually worked on everyone. She worked on Rachel for the longest time. She worked on Kelly before she left.
I know. Her jury management is great.
She worked on Lori.
Will, right?
And Will.
Yep.
And she worked on Keanu so hard, core. And then
Ava
was her best friend. So she's got some votes in there, bro. She has some votes.
I know. That's what I mean. So even if Vince is able to take out Morgan, which would be another vote that he loses in the jury. You know,
yeah. Because she would literally vote for Morgan. For Ashley. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would vote for. I mean, Keanu still might, because I don't know what his problem is.
I hope he learned his lesson. But at this point, I don't even know. Keanu, please.
Yeah, it's like I don't get it, because it could be a sweep. It could be a sweep for Ash. Conceivably, this could be a sweep for Ashley, and she couldn't even tell you what her biggest move in the game was. It's incredible to me. But it tells you how much a social game is important in the game of Big Brother.
That's what we like the most, bro.
Well, I enjoy a good social game too, but I guess I just wanted more. I wanted more because I know that Ashley can give me more. You know, I'm greedy like that, bro. I'm greedy.
Let's see. She's the final HOA because she has to get one of those veto to get into those final two, right? To play the questions, right? So if she needs to win one of those to show
she's in the final three, right?
No, but you have two vetoes you're playing to get to the final two for the questions, right? There's three. Yeah.
There's three parts to
she wins one of those and wins the last one and say, "Hey, I'm sending Morgan on."
Yeah,
I know. And that's
the game.
That's what she should do.
And that'll be her move.
That's what she should do.
Yeah.
And that way she could really win because I think a lot of people are so mad at Vince that I could picture it.
I picture it. He definitely did not handle the jury well at all.
If Morgan's against anybody, Morgan wins against anybody. But if she got rid of Morgan, then she has a chance.
That's what I mean. Morgan doesn't care who it is.
Yeah.
So
that's why this HOH is so important. If Ashley wins, that's going to be interesting. If Ashley gets the HOH, it's a three-parter.
But if she does, that means that she beat Vince, somebody who he's no slouch, and he definitely is motivated to win this money. And Morgan, who's done nothing but win against all these people all season long. So. I'd like to see her turn it on, but I don't know if she's going to be able to. That's
her only hope. I think, like, if she doesn't win, her only hope would be for Vince to win, and like prior to
and convince him not to take Morgan. That's
Exactly.
right.
Like if she works
Good
on Vince and
point.
being like, oh, like Morgan, like
Good
just
point,
glazing
Meow.
Morgan, right? Like Morgan's so
Yeah,
great.
so even
If
if
I make it
Vince
to
wins,
jury,
there's a little
I'm definitely voting
drama.
for her. Like she's so amazing. She's obviously going to
Yeah.
sweep. And then Vince is gonna get into his paranoid self and be like, oh no, oh no, oh no, I need to win.
Well,
And then she
because
wins Ashley
obviously,
because
And then,
too,
and the thing is, though,
at
that
this
would then be
point,
her biggest move of the game, convincing Vince to get rid of
yeah.
Morgan at final three. That becomes
that
her
would be
biggest
great
move.
Well, at
TV.
this point, because also at this point, Vince, I mean, there's no lie. The fact is, Vince has got to know. I don't care how naive and stupid he pretends, he has got to know that Morgan is going to beat him. So is he
Yeah, I
okay
don't.
with second place? I mean, 75 isn't bad, but I mean, he's got to know if it's him and her at the end, he's second. I mean,
Yeah.
Well, I think
there's
he's
not
okay
there's
with
not
it, though.
anywhere on earth that he'd be first
I
against
think he's
Morgan.
okay with it. And two factors is why I think he's okay with it. One is that he's at least going to get 75,000, and two,
Yeah.
that he sees himself being with Morgan at the end, who's
Yes,
also going to
yes.
be the other person to win.
Yes,
You know?
that's the part where it kind of kills me for him, because I'll go on record. She's not sticking with him after the show.
I don't think so
I'll
either.
put that. Okay.
I would
This
like
isn't
to not
happening.
think so, but look at it though.
Well, I know he's delusional about it, and
His
what's
miss.
gonna end up happening is he's gonna end up with no one, honestly, because I have a feeling that this Kelsey gal probably has already left the building. She wasn't in the video. I wouldn't have been either if it was
Mhm.
my guy doing that stuff. And,
Right?
and then Morgan is she's gonna dump him so fast. That's my opinion. And so he's gonna have a rude awakening after the show, you know.
Look at this woman. She could do so much better than him.
Well, of course.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
So
take
it'd
a
be
look
dumb
at
of
that.
him to settle for
Find
75.
a guy with a job. Find a guy with a job, first of all.
He thinks he's gonna get the girl, and he's not. So it's like, for his own best interest, he, if he wins HOH, he shouldn't take her, because
Well,
I know he's thinking he'll marry into the thing, right? Meows, and I'm thinking,
Yeah,
he's
it's
gonna make
almost
a
also like he
75,
forgot
and then he'll
that he
marry
was.
her, and then the rest of it is too. Sort of.
But also, it's like he forgot that Zach was once upon a time in the house, and Morgan was more
Yes.
interested in Zach, and she ended up like
Yes.
latching onto Vince
How
because Zach
quickly
left.
they forget.
So he
How
was like, he wasn't
quickly
even
they
her
forget.
first option. So when she goes outside again,
Yes.
I don't think.
Well,
I don't
that's
think
why
they'll
it was.
stick together.
Well, no,
No.
you're right, Meow. But that's why it was kind of killing me this whole time. Where, I mean, I realized, and at this point for me, I feel like she's got an obsession with Lauren. But in any case, it's like I really do feel like, for me, it's like
Morgan has
fatal
her
attraction.
issues.
I don't know. I'm like, well, I'm thinking to myself, but for me personally, I'm like, Lauren, you better. I would get a restraining order, because I don't know what's going to happen after the show. But in any case,
Morgan,
she kept saying how oh, but it really hurts me, because we were number one and all this, but they forget that is not the case exactly, because exactly the first alliance, or whatever you would say, Vince formed, was with Lauren. So and Morgan was into Zach. So the first few weeks kind of weren't like that, but now they're kind of acting like, oh, it was like that the whole time. Not really. I mean, the last part of the show, but the first part, there was no indication of what's been going on now. But anyway, yeah, she was into Zach. She was keeping Zach's, it was the bracelet and the watch. It was the watch, and it was the toothbrush, right? The watch and the toothbrush and all that. It's like, I don't remember Vinny being spoken during those weeks. You know what I mean? So it's like, how soon they forget. But yeah.
Morgan,
So I
she's
think
intense, that's for sure.
for the last
Yeah.
week, for the finale, I call basically, this is my bet. Morgan versus Vince, 6-1 for Morgan. Ashley versus Vince, 5-2 for Ashley. If it's Morgan versus Ashley, That's going to be maybe, and I'm not joking. I'm not joking. If she talks very well versus Morgan, she might get 4 out of 3. She might get Lauren because she was addicted to Lauren. She might get Ava because she might be still pissed at her. And Kelly's still pissed at both, like Morgan and Vince. And think about that.
I just thought of a scenario.
Will loves her, and also is Rachel. So I like to see if
I actually don't think that they should have. Jake is for them.
You're cutting a little.
Take Ava because she would have been. Oh, sorry. For me, Ava would have been the way easier one to beat anybody, right? Like I was surprised they brought Ashley along and not Ava. Do you know what I mean?
There's only
I'm glad they did. I'm glad they did, but I'm just surprised that they did.
Do you know why? She has 3 guarantee votes in the audience right there. Kelly, Lauren, and if they sent her Ashley out, Ashley would have voted to keep her to let her win. And also, don't forget Will. Will loves Ava.
Huh? That is true actually. Kelly and
Lauren.
Lauren.
She has better votes. She had better chance to win because everybody loved her, except Rachel does not know that she called her the names. But think about it. She's inside.
How this pans out.
Yeah. I still think she might lose. Like Ava would have lost with 3 votes. Against either Vince
she would have lost.
or...
I agree with you, Mia.
Actually, Vince.
I still think that Ashley's
against Morgan.
Ashley's a way better competitor.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. There against Vince, she would win.
But I do want to throw into the either that if it was an Ashley versus Morgan, or actually any one of this final 3, especially like with Morgan in the mix or like with Vince in the mix, wouldn't it be funny that Kelly's like, I don't care who wins, so I'm just gonna like put a random vote. Like random, I just like let me close my eyes, pick one, and put that in there.
You know, you guys, this would be such a Kelly thing. As if when it comes time to turn the key or do whatever on finale night, Kelly's
like, I don't know who it is,
and she wait. She takes a dime or a quarter and throws it in the air. Says like, heads this person, tails that person, and then she's like, Julie, what does it say? What does it say on the floor? And that's who Kelly votes for. That would be so funny.
And it would be especially funny
on finale night. Just toss the coin.
And it would be especially funny if it's like a Morgan versus Ashley and they're already tallied 3-3, and Kelly's like the one that decides who wins, and like it's by chance. That would be wild, but very in brand for Kelly.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Same here.
I would love something dramatic like that on finale night.
Thank you, Morgan.
That would be fun.
So we've got our final 3. We've got Morgan, we've got Vince, and we've got Ashley. And usually the first part of the 3-part HOH is the endurance part, right?
Yes.
Where they have to, we've seen in seasons past where the house guests have to like hold on to a key or hold on to, the top of a whatever, and whoever lets go first or stops touching the whatever is out. Or we've seen, what was that one that we saw, D, where Evil Dick is outside in the rain against
he's
Zach.
holding the key on top of his head, and
he has to hold that thing up for hours and hours.
They have to jog standing up on themselves. Their legs up and down, and it's freezing water. So it went I think that was the longest unbeatable competition never been beat in this. The length of that competition, I fell asleep. I woke up my eyes and he was still going at it. I'm like, oh my God. He was doing this for his daughter. He did not want to let go of that key because he didn't want to. He wanted to win the game for his daughter. And
Well,
then
he
the guy
did
was
end up winning.
heavy
so-
smoker, and then he almost beat that guy, but the other guy was a big, tall man, 6'5", if I remember right.
Yeah, but he was built up too, man. He wasn't
In a rabbit suit, mind you. And then it was crazy because at the end he had to let go. He was frozen. His daughter begged him to let go, but
So
he
the
still
part-
turned around and won the game for her.
Well, those part ones were mostly the endurance types, and the second parts then were
The days or
the
whatever.
questions. Yeah, more questions.
I think it won't be the days because it just did the video about the days. I think it'll be something different for the second one.
Maybe it'll be something about the house guest, like what did they say, right?
No, that's the last one. That's the last HOH.
Oh, there you go.
It's like that every year.
So when
They're not about to change that.
So when they do the endurance for the part one, the winner of that goes on to the part 3. They don't have to worry about part 2.
Yeah.
The loser meets up with the other person in the part 2, which is the questions, and that winner goes on to part 3 to meet the winner of the first round, the endurance comp, to determine who the final HOH is and choose the last person to evict, in essence choosing the person they want to sit with in the final 2.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they have the water. Remember the water when you go on sites in the water upside down, they have to come up with something to do, but it's because it's cold water, they have to go underwater to do it.
I don't trying to think what was that now?
Because
Underwater?
that's the one that Danielle and her dad was doing.
Yeah.
They jumped in the water tank, and then they were placing places all the things at the bottom they would find out, and they had to put them up together all the way to the top.
Oh.
Sometimes they have those competition.
I don't know if that's going to be the final one, but it could be.
Yeah.
We'll have to look and see what is thrown at us. It's going to be Ashley, Morgan, and Vince. Endurance-wise, I think Morgan is just, well, then again, on the wall, she didn't do very well, did she? Does it look more and more like Morgan threw that wall comp?
That's a bad way to throw the comp when you fall on your head and you have to go to the hospital.
So no, right?
Negative.
Yeah.
I think maybe she might try her skills in the question comp and just kind of let them go head to head in the endurance, Ashley and Vince.
Yeah.
Vince better not think twice about letting being stupid and letting play the games of letting go for a second like Keanu did, because I'm pretty sure that Ashley could be good in endurance, but depending which one.
Sure.
I personally don't think that Ashley would win the endurance one, so I am hoping, praying, manifesting Ashley win on the second half of the competition so that she can get to the
Good.
final
So
one.
you keep that in mind. I'll keep the other one in mind. I'm going that she's going to win the endurance.
Yeah, but if Morgan were to throw that first leg so that Vinny could beat Ashley in the endurance and wait at the third, that would mean Morgan and Ashley would face each other in the second part.
I would never wait at the third part. You know that? Because you always go strong. You don't give it to nobody. If you want to win Big Brother, you win right away, so you don't have to stress out to get to the next one done.
So what if Ashley goes out pretty quick then? Do they make a deal, or what do you? Are they going to?
I wouldn't make a deal with the devil.
Are they going to? Well, they're with each other, right? Are they going
Vince
to
might try.
He's
I
still
mean,
the devil.
Vince tried during the wall competition. Like, Vince will try anything to win.
Yeah,
So he would
well,
definitely
absolutely.
make a deal with Morgan.
Yeah.
Now, whether
especially if
Morgan
it's just the
accepts,
two of them.
that's another story.
That's true too.
Yeah.
That is true. Because Morgan would have to realize it would have to be her and Ashley in the question competition.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be the only way for the two of them to to make it to the end, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way to
totally.
guarantee that each of them makes it is if Ashley does not make it to that third part.
Yeah, that's it. That will be the end of it.
Ashley winning, please. That would be.
That's
fun.
what I mean.
hope.
Ashley would mess everything up if she wins any
One of
part of this competition. Then
Yeah.
that messes up their entire plan, bro. And then, but do we think that she keeps Morgan, or do we think that she keeps Vince? Because she'll win the money against Vince. I don't think she wins the money against Morgan.
Yeah,
Now remember, Keanu told her. Keanu told her that if you want to win the game, you just dump Morgan.
Yeah.
You get my vote.
Yeah.
She will remember that because she remembers all the conversations she had with her friends in the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she will dump her.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think
And
so
that's
too.
the move to make for her. That's it. That's all she wrote. And that's a wrap. If she does that, that's a wrap.
Do you think she would cut her, Colleen?
Or she forced more Vince to try to cut Morgan.
Oh yeah, I think she would. I think she would. I think
How
Ashley
iconic
cut
would it
Morgan.
be for two
Yeah.
strong women to be
Yeah.
there at the final two?
Yeah, would it be iconic? That would be cool. But the only
Why? When was the last time that happened?
Well,
When was the last time that happened?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
at the same,
Think about it.
but at the
Season
same,
6?
but at the same,
How long has it been?
but at the same time, think of this. Think of this. Oh, I'm going to make a statement with two strong women, or I'm going to win $750,000. I know which one I would pick.
No. Hey, I get
Right?
it, but
Do you know what I
Ashley
mean?
doesn't need. But Ashley
Well,
don't
she's
need
not
the
gonna
money.
pick. She's not gonna pick somebody she knows can beat her just to make a social stand. I don't.
In
think.
that sense,
I mean,
Ashley
you
is
know,
very
I would.
pragmatic. I think she would cut Morgan.
Me too.
Yeah, she's gonna. She's
Well, she's
gonna
tell-
go
she's
for
telling-
gold. I would.
She's been telling us for
I
2
mean, I
weeks
would
that
want
she
her
will.
to.
Yep.
Expect the unexpected.
But all of this is contingent on her winning it. She's got to win the HOH, or the party's over. She got to win the HOH.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Ashley. Make
Yeah,
this
she
season
needs it.
entertaining for us.
If Ashley cuts Morgan, then Morgan at least gets Vince. Vince will get Morgan's vote. I would
Maybe
guess.
not.
Really? You think that Morgan
maybe
would
not.
still
Yeah,
vote
maybe
for
not.
Ashley?
Because she will
after
recognize
the
that she made that move.
Even
Yeah,
though Morgan
Because I
kept
don't
her
think she's
safe,
going into this.
most likely.
Yeah,
Well,
no, I
keep
do
her
think
safe.
that in that scenario, like if Ashley cuts Morgan and takes Vince, I don't think Morgan votes for Ashley.
Me either.
Mm,
Why would she?
Yeah.
Because Vince has a better resume and she'll be bitter.
yeah, but then Ashley would take in money from those, but the two of them.
And
Basically, one
she
shot.
denied her $75,000 at least.
Yeah,
Hey man, at least give me $75,000. Nah, okay.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know,
Can't
but
wait on Sunday.
I mean, Ashley would really have to. She would. It would be so impressive to see her, like, because now there's nothing left. There's no reason to hide yourself anymore, right? We're at the last part. This is it.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, if she's going to turn it on and do something and show us something, then this is the time to do that. And I'm for it.
Oh yeah.
I'm for it. Look at Ashley. Yeah, you've been hiding all season, Ashley. Hiding in plain sight. And here you are at the
Great
final
job,
three. Your
yeah.
social game's been stellar. I mean, you pissed off the right people, and you stuck with the right people. That's a good combination. I just wish you did just a little more in the house. I mean, I know you kept yourself safe, but that's just my plea to Ashley. That's all.
There was one fun thing that I'm thinking of right now. You know, with
Okay.
the takeover, the Riley HOH takeover happened, and
Oh
Ashley was
yes.
just like playing it up, her smug smile, being like, "Nope, it's not me."
Oh, when she got
That was
accused,
great.
yeah.
Yes, she got accused of her
Oh,
Mickey,
yeah.
and then Riley was so mad. Yeah, no.
See,
Ashley can
that was actually
definitely rile
that
people up.
was actually you mentioning that, Meow. That was actually a pretty solid move on her
Oh
part.
yeah, right there.
You know,
Keep
because
counting. Keep counting.
I mean that's subtle, but it's still a move, and it did sway the game because Mickey did end up then taking over,
She knows how to dress. Let's
and
put
then
it this
she
way.
morphed into something else, which transitioned the game in a different direction. That Ashley still was able to navigate around because she was in the Mickey camp, right? She was in that camp,
Yup.
and she was able to distance herself, get out of it, and you know, but still stick with the I don't know her people still. So that's what I mean. She played a really good social game. I can't deny that. I just wish she. I just wish there was something more tangible that I could hold on to see. But you mentioning that, helps. It gives me a little more something to hold on to. Anybody else have anything else to say about any of our panelists, contestants, any of our house guests, any of our, anything else that they might have? Or
No, I think we kind of covered everything.
okay, Meow, you got anything else that you want to add?
What else? Um, just shout out to Ashley. She's been very fun.
Ashley.
Honestly, shout out to Ashley and Morgan. Like Ashley, okay,
Oh,
like
and Morgan.
Ashley is the um play smart. Morgan is definitely the play hard. Like she has been going 100% almost every week. Um,
Since
as
jury, right? She turned it on. You could see that she flipped the switch, kind of.
I mean, I feel like she was doing a lot even pre-jury. It's just that
Me
she was
too.
under. It felt more like she was doing things as Mickey's underling to an extent. So she
Okay.
was doing things, but like at the recommendation of Mickey or for both of their games. So it did not feel so much maybe her game as much as like Mickey and Morgan's game. But in jury, like she definitely like was playing for her game, and of course there were less people, so her working hard, her pushing. There were less people that were pushing against like what she wanted. So like Kelly said so well, what Morgan wants, Morgan gets.
And that hasn't
And
been any more true than it is like currently right now at the end of the game when you want it to be like that.
so true. So Ashley, I guess she just worked into the what Morgan wants, Morgan gets, making sure that what Morgan wants, it's something that benefits Ashley. Maybe like I'm thinking right now of just this week, like the final four of like how Ashley made sure that Ava went over her, probably.
Yeah.
And
No,
so that was a lot working into Morgan, making sure that what Morgan wants is Ashley to stay, and then Morgan will make it happen because Morgan what Morgan wants, Morgan gets. So I don't know.
well,
Very,
some
very fun dynamic.
well, I guess I'll pose it. This I think I asked earlier, but I'll pose it back to you again. Uh, or did I just lose my train of thought? I think I did. But it had something to do with uh, uh, just Morgan and Ashley's dynamic, I guess. Do you think that Morgan? Oh, I got it. Do you think that Morgan has to be under the impression then that Ashley would keep her if she were to win the final HOH and the two of them would go on to go? Now, Ashley has told us in private that uh, that she would definitely have to cut Morgan in order to have a chance to win the money. What side do you think she's on? Is Morgan fooled by Ashley, or is Ashley fooling us?
I mm, I actually don't know if Morgan will be fooled because she probably knows herself. Like, I got one heck of a resume.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna win against Vince or Ashley.
I
So
agree.
I need to win because otherwise, why would they take me?
She only mentioned twice. She said it that she
But if
wouldn't put it past anybody to throw out.
but if she did use her influence in order to have Ashley stay over Ava, then
Maybe Ashley, I don't know. How could Ashley spin it so that Morgan feels comfortable enough? Maybe Ashley could play the let's make it a final two of like two women, or maybe just like
right, that's
I
what I
don't,
thought.
or it could also be like a mix of that and also like I refuse to take Vince to final two and have and hand him money.
Oh, that's no. You made a solid point because he's been rubbing like people the wrong way with his shtick for 3 months. These folks that are left in the house anyway. It gets old, man. Nobody wants to hear a self-deprecator over and over again, telling everybody how pathetic you are. We get it, bro. We see it for ourselves, right?
Exactly. Ashley has been onto him for a while. Like
Yeah.
she's not fooled. So she gets that point across of like, I see what he's doing, Morgan, and I refuse to reward that. I'd rather take you and like if I lose, I lose, but I'd rather take you than give Vince money. Then maybe that could work for Morgan. Yeah.
But that has to be the pitch, though, in order for Morgan to even stick her neck out to even try to influence this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay, so I guess do we have any favorites then to be the winner and the person?
Morgan
that's
and Ashley.
Oh, you have a final two of Morgan and Ashley. Okay,
That
Yeah,
would be
I would
so
love
fun.
to see that.
I like that too. I mean, I'm not going to deny it, but I don't see that being likely. I think Vince is going to work his way in one way or the other because Ashley's going to want Vince and Morgan's going to want Vince because Morgan doesn't care. It doesn't matter. to her.
Yeah, that's the problem. Morgan.
Vince is in a great spot. Vince,
Yeah, he's making
Where
it.
are
He's
you at?
likely making it to final two. No matter how you slice this,
where are you
it's,
at,
it's
Vince?
very likely.
That's what I mean. You're
Well, that's why
probably
we
going to
need
be
it
in
to be-
final
we need
two,
it to be-
bro. And that's a brilliant game. but
We need it
it's
to
because
be
it's because you suck so
Ashley
bad at jury
or Vince
management.
to win HOH. I know.
You don't have any votes, bro. You don't have any votes.
Yeah.
And you got 4 HOHs. You could have 5 if you win this final HOH. You could have 5 HOHs and you would lose, man.
That's crazy.
Now, before we go, I did want to touch on something about how I've been hearing on the internet that Morgan has run all of Vince's HOHs, and I'm going to push back on that because Vince was the first HOH, and I don't think anybody was accusing Morgan of or saying anything about Morgan running that HOH.
I know that was on Vince entirely.
First of all,
Right?
that HOH was the dumbest HOH ever done. That was on him, 100% on him, and he was dumb.
Of course.
And in fact, Vince has been accused of just not listening to anybody and doing whatever he wanted all the way up until last week when he, kind of bent to Morgan, or at least made it look like he bent to Morgan to get rid of Lauren. He was saying all the right things about how he didn't want to do it, but he knew he had to do it. You know what I mean? And it ended up saving him because in the double, Morgan ended up winning the HOH and kept him safe, and he didn't have to go on the block or do anything. In the double, which would have been a prime time to get rid of Vince.
Oh,
So,
yes.
So he's playing a masterful game. It's just too bad that nobody's going to vote for this guy at all.
I disagree on the mastermind thing, though.
But
I mean, definitely very selfish and so like a lot of
Yeah.
self-preservation on his side. Like,
yeah,
that
Fringe.
takes you far because he's like first of all looking after himself and no one but himself, and
Sure.
he's gonna stab in the back to anyone he needs to if it means that he makes it out.
Yep.
So that's why he made it so far.
That's exactly right. You're painted it exactly. That's and because of that, he has no one that's going to
Exactly.
potentially 5 HOHs, and no one is going to vote for him.
Yeah.
Maybe Keanu, and that's only because he's just so. I don't even know what Keanu's problem is.
Hopefully not anymore. Because in the exit interview of Keanu that I think was at the beginning of this episode or something, like when Julie was asking Keanu, like, so like what happened? Like what do you think went wrong? And Keanu, to an extent, maybe because he's out of the Vince glaze or something, the Vince haze,
That missed. Yeah.
that missed. He was like, I think I put too much trust into Vince.
Yeah, of course you
And
did.
like he realizes to an extent that he did the opposite of what he said, and I don't know, I feel like he finally snapped out of it, and now that he's gonna be on the jury house with Rachel to really open his eyes to like, okay, what did he do? He did this, he did this, he did that, he stabbed you on this time, on this vote, on this HOH when he put you up. Like she's gonna lay it down to Keanu, and without a Vince to whisper into his ear, being like, "Oh no, don't worry, I'm so sorry. That was so dumb of me," or something. I feel like he's gonna be like, "Okay, yeah, no, no." But maybe he could vote just because he might respect that in the sense of like, "Okay, you got me, you played me. Here's my vote." Keanu. Yeah, he could be a vote for Vince. I can see that. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Where's our guy? There he is. Look at him.
Ah,
Keanu.
Keanu.
Oh,
He's very missed in the house. I miss his chaotic persona.
yeah. He was not good at the strategically or social aspects of the game. But he was. I mean, but you could see him growing, I guess, or at least it looked like it was. But then he would say something or do something, and then have you seen like the 2 steps forward and the 3 back? You see where you see that progress, and then it's then it's just a.
Keanu.
Back, and that's what I mean. It was, and then he'd win a comp, and that would give him a point, and then he'd lose 2 more because he, told Rachel that.
You play just like the chess game.
she was a floater or something. I don't know. It was terrible.
Yeah.
You plays the chess game backwards in this.
I think he still might get a AFP consideration. He might even win the votes. Rachel has a good chance of winning the votes. My early pick of Ava probably won't. She has sputtered out at the end, but
she has.
But she was still authentically herself, and the people in the house seemed to like her anyway, despite whatever we may see of her on live feeds. So, try not to get too much into that. Any other last words from anyone before we wind this down here? Dee, would you like to say anything?
Can't wait for Sunday to see which one wins, and I don't know if we're going to talk much on Saturday because I don't think we could vote anymore unless we want to vote on each competition. But by that time, they will be played for.
Yeah.
So maybe we won't have time to do anything. So,
if they're already starting,
then let me record the votes real quick here in this Thursday podcast. I am putting my faith and my vote in a Morgan first half, an Ashley second half, and then an Ashley win, and then I don't know what I want for final 2, so I'll let that play out. But I do want Ashley in the final 2, so I'm hoping for that. I'm voting for an Ashley making it to final 2.
Colleen. D.
I don't know. I don't think I'm
the same. I said earlier I want Ashley and Morgan. Ashley and Morgan.
Ashley and Morgan sitting at the end. Okay. So we'll get Ashley and Morgan at the end for you. Colleen.
Oh yeah, basically I'm the same. I would like Ashley in the final two.
Ashley also so we got 3 Ashleys in the final 2. I'm the only one that doesn't think Ashley's going to get there. Because to me, if she doesn't
your bad
win,
juju out of here, Ed.
I mean, it's just that if she doesn't,
I don't want good juju in here.
I don't know. What are the chances? What do you think the chances are?
You
of
need
Vinny
positive
cutting
vibes from Ashley.
They're not 0, and that's good enough for me.
That is so funny and foul and messed up and everything else all at the same time. But it's so Vince. It's so Vince.
Rim shot for meow. That was great. Perfect.
I like that. I like that one.
It's not 0. What
But
percent is
it's
it?
true.
Now?
It's true.
What percent are we talking about?
Because Vince
Let me know in October. Let me know in October.
Oh
In
man.
October, remind me I have something to ask you in October.
You're not going to like it, though. You're not going to like it.
Oh God! Don't remind me. We have to wait next year to watch the game again.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Meow, any last words for anything before we wrap up, Meow?
That's it for me. My hope. Yep.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. We've got some links to our socials in the comments down below. Check us out on X. Check us out on Instagram. We've got a Gmail account if you have any questions, comments, anything for us to take a look at. It's been a blast, everyone. Earlier in the intro, I talked about how Survivor premiered last night and how The Amazing Race premiered tonight. I know that Big Brother's a long season, but if anyone's down for any talking about any of these other reality shows that are going on, we can talk about that going into the next seasons going in. But in the meantime, check us out. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. And there we go. Let's say goodnight, everybody. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good
See you. Good night. Bye.